at night it's been cool too. South Florida has been like 60s at night. And yesterday I took my like a little sweater. I'm so happy I did. And again, just letting the waves splash over your feet and your ankles and coming back with the sand between your toes, it does something for you.
And follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yes, just reminding you, this is the Voice of the Caribbean. This is Suzette Speaks live on your radio here in Miami. You can listen to us from all the way in the Keys, all the way up to Jupiter on 101.5 FM HD2, as well as simulcasting in Broward County. What's up, Broward? Fort Lauderdale. We're live on your FM dial, 96.9 FM. We're celebrating 10 years on the air. And just remember, we also can go with you wherever you go if you download the app. Visit your Apple Store as well as me. I'm an Android. Google Play Store. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I think we can still say it. Yesterday, where I went to get a salad and I said Happy New Year and they were like, can we still say that? I'm like, all January. When is the appropriate time to cut off the Happy New Year? I say it all throughout January. I'm still saying Happy New Year. Anyway, we're getting to some top news stories. I was just asking you, what are you doing differently? And I pray that you have found something. I brought back after taking December off my regular workout schedule. And baby, your girl is sore. My abs are sore. I just started with a trainer. My what is this called? Tricep below my arms. We did tricep yesterday. He's telling me to do dips today. I'm like, sir, it is, hey guys, watching online. Shout out to everybody following me. You can follow me, Suzette, 1Z, 2Ts, Suzette Speaks with an S on all platforms. I follow you back. And if you have any questions with regards to law, hey, Pastor Damon, I hope you guys can hear me clearly now on the YouTube side. I restarted my phone anyway. So we're going to talk about Donnie McClurkin. We have some legal news. Again, we saw a story. I don't know. I'm going to read this from the Grill. The Grill is one of my favorite black-owned news outlets. And I'm grateful everybody can hear me online. Thank you guys. And everybody watching on voiceofthecaribbean.com. Shout out to you. Your girl is pretty in pink today. Got my pink lipstick, my pink dress on. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I don't know what different I'm going to go. I'm going to go outside this weekend. Touch grass, as the young people say. Do something where you can see greenery. Once again, shout out to the University of Miami Hurricanes. They are now in the championship after winning the Fiesta Bowl. The Canes advanced to the college football playoff championship after winning yesterday. First, it was, I guess, Texas took off running, but then we had Mr. Carson Beck, the quarterback for the Canes, that brought it home. Congratulations to Coach Mario Cristobal. Look at him. Listen, they have been celebrating all throughout Miami. So shout out to the Canes who are advancing to the championship round. This is incredible. Is the U back now? I am not a Cane. Let me just make that clear. But I'm gonna give respect where respect is due. I didn't even watch the game yesterday. My brother was watching it and telling me about it. But shout out to Coach Mario Cristobal and the University of Miami Hurricanes. This is a big deal. The University of Miami college football program is now back in the championship. Can you believe it? Now they're going to have one of their former players. Have you been watching this? Michael Irvin with the belt. Anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's an inside joke. If you watch on social media, Michael Irvin, you'll just Google Michael Irvin and belt. Okay, I got to keep you informed about what's going on in these YouTube and these Instagram and these TikTok streets. But one of the things that is a very big inside joke for University of Miami fans or those of us who are just observers is that Michael Irvin, a former player in the NFL, former University of Miami Hurricane, has a belt that he demonstrates on the sideline how you're going to beat, quote unquote, the other team. And his demonstration is, you just got to watch it. It's very, let's call it entertaining. Some people would say pause. It's a little bit questionable, but it has become one of the memes of this advancing Hurricanes team. But again, shout out to the University of Miami, headed to the college football playoff championship after winning the big game, the Fiesta Bowl yesterday. Parties are still going on in Coral Gables, all throughout Miami. Shout out to Carson Beck, the quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. All right, I'm not a Canes lady, but I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Want to get back to Donnie McClurkin, one of my favorite. If we had to pick a top 5 of gospel singers, male gospel singers, I'm saying Donnie McClurkin might be even in the top 3. But there is an allegation. This does not mean it's true. And as a lawyer, I have to re-emphasize people are innocent until proven otherwise. This is a claim that's being made and a lawsuit that has been filed. It does not mean it has validity. But Donnie McClurkin has now broken his silence on a sexual assault allegation, and he says, quote unquote, I will be vindicated. Donnie McClurkin is a subject. We fall down, but we get up. Y'all know Donnie McClurkin now. But a saint is just a sinner. Y'all know the music now. Donnie McClurkin has got me through some hard times. Come on, somebody. Well, he's now the subject of a lawsuit filed last week in the New York County Supreme Court, accusing him of years of sexual assault. Donnie McClurkin has finally broken his silence, according to thegrio.com, after an explosive lawsuit filed against him last week accused him of coercion and sexual assault. After denying the allegations through his attorney, the 66-year-old, is Donnie McClurkin 66? I didn't know that. Donnie McClurkin, 66-year-old Grammy award-winning gospel singer and pastor, took to Instagram just this Wednesday, that was on January 7th, to address the mounting controversy and claimed that he will be, quote-unquote, vindicated, okay? And he wrote, quote, with all humility, faith, and deep respect for Christ and this global gospel music and ministry community which has shaped my life, my calling, my character, I address this letter, he began. Continuing, he is quoted in saying in the grill via his Instagram page, quote, many of you are aware of the profane allegations of sexual assault / I'm going to use the word grape, you understand what I'm saying, and coercion that have been recently lodged against me. I want to say clearly and unequivocally that these allegations are contrived and untrue, he continued. This is again, recent lawsuit. Come on, Susie, tongue-tied. Shout out to everybody listening. This is Suzette Speaks. Listen, it is a Fire Friday. Your girl is tongue-tied after. Listen, I'm probably dehydrated because I worked out hard today. This is my first week back. Basically took December off. It was so much going on for me in December. I didn't really work out very regularly. I probably worked out 4 or 5 days for the whole month. So I didn't work out Monday, but I worked out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, I did home base, but then I did the trainer Tuesday. So I did legs by myself with my own little homemade kettlebells. It's not homemade. Your girl know a little bit of something. Curtsy squat, side lunge, step ups. I was doing it with a little 15-pound kettlebell. Let me do my thing, okay? Deadlift. I'm having fun watching the South Florida celebrations of the Hurricanes, the University of Miami win. They were at the Dolphin Mall, and I'm watching NBC6 with some great footage from last night's game. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, your girl did a leg day Friday. No, let me say Friday, Monday. And then yesterday, I was with the trainer, killed me. Lots of abs on Wednesday. Back to, man, I was pulling a sled today. Moving it backwards. You know when you take small steps and the band is tied to the sled machine and you got to pull. So you get the back of that leg, the back of your leg. Baby, I'm sore. I'm laughing, but my abs hurt. When I laugh, I lay down and my abs hurt. So I guess he doing something. I don't know. We doing a 21-day challenge. Your girl gonna see if she gonna drop a little percentage of body fat. Hello, somebody. I was like, how much pounds is that? Can you just tell me the pounds? He's talking in percentages of body fat. I'm like, just tell me how much pounds. Am I gonna be fine? Finer, praise God. So anyway, doing that for the new. But at the same time, looking with one eye open at the tragedies going around the country. So anyway, we're talking about Donnie McClurkin first. This one, again, some people were said it was shocking. Looking at his response, again, Donnie McClurkin via his Instagram page. I'm taking this from thegrio.com, Black-owned news outlet. Said, quoting Donnie McClurkin, I understand the weight of such false claims, especially in our community rooted in faith, trust, and teachings of Jesus Christ. He said, Donnie McClurkin says, and sexual violence in any form is real and a painful reality for many and is not to be used frivolously. True survivors, this is Donnie McClurkin now responding to an allegation, a lawsuit now that has been filed in New York against him. He said, true survivors deserve to be heard, protected, and supported! Exclamation point. At the same time, the truth matters! Exclamation point. And the truth has not been told. Hello, somebody. So yeah, Donnie McClurkin went on to urge people not to rush to judgment, and I pray you don't. The way I view things now, from a legal perspective, seeing people railroaded in the public domain. Gotta take a quick break. Be right back with more Suzette Speaks Show.
HD2 Miami, 101.5 HD2.
Looking for a new car.
Listen, they put in more breaks in my show because we have more commercials, whatever. I have to watch 4 breaks now. Anyway, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. I do not know what was wrong with my sound before, but I had to restart my phone and do it again. Anyway, Happy New Year. Hope y'all doing well for the 2026. What you been up to? Drop a comment, hit the like button, share. Drinking hot water, calm my throat. Should I do the Will Smith story? I'm sad about it. When I saw the Will Smith accuser, hey, Happy New Year, Doug. He put out some kind of statement. Will Smith. I don't know if I want to go over that. Will Smith, sexual assault, sexual lawsuit. Oh, violinist. I don't know if I want to go over this. Let me go. I did Donnie McClurkin. I'm gonna do I Show Speed. We're gonna talk a little bit about Portland. Oh, this guy called back for my number. 1 second, guy. I'll be right back. Keatos, you want to stay and do a quick shout out on the show? Okay. Oh, we have met, but I don't think you probably knew it was me. You know so much people at the Jerk Festival. I was there and you were there. You want me to do that, but you are busy working. So guess what? So you want to do a show, Toad? I have 20 seconds. Go. Tell me, I'm talking to you, Keatos. Go ahead. I can't hear you. Oh, here. Okay. Yes. I absolutely. You sure you don't want to stay out and do a quick shout out? All right, hold on. Hold the line after this commercial. Okay, don't hang up. Don't hang up. Okay. One of our wonderful sponsors. He want to chit chat. Homeboy, I'm on the air. What are we talking about?
Schedule your no pressure tour today. Call 1-866-544-5263. That's 1-866-544-LAND. Your new Florida. Own your piece of the Sunshine State today.
The voice of the Caribbean. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome back. It's the Suzette Speaks Show. How are we doing? Listen, I have the one and only Chef Keatos on the line. Time check is 1:44. Brought to you by Chef Keatos. How you doing?
How you doing, my sweetie pie darling? I'm happy
prosperity, New Year,
Yeah, happy New Year to you too, my brother. How are you? I know you're gonna be doing some.
I love,
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, and same to you, my brother. I know you're gonna be doing this Fire Friday on Friday at your idea. So tell us what you got going on later.
Friday evening, we're kind of working, and people don't cook on Friday.
So you have your thing at go on the big food truck. Tell them where.
Call them on a big Friday evening, we'll do 5. Don't forget, tonight, from 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, we're going to be at the Shell Gas Station 2090 West Oakland Park Boulevard. That's on Oakland Park to the First Avenue right there. I'll be there live and direct. We have the jerk chicken on deck, the jerk pork, the oxtail pasta, the shrimp pasta, the lobster pasta, the curry goat, the seafood soup tonight. Oh my God. And the fish, any way you want to cook it any style. Dip on roast and fry. With, oh my God.
That sounds delicious. Ooh-wee. So everybody, check out Chef Kitos. Thank you for calling in, Chef. We appreciate your support always. Big up, Chef. Again, fish fry, lobster fry, soup fry, everything tonight. Okay, soup don't fry. My bad. But he has everything. Come check him out at the Shell gas station on Oakland Park. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Thank you for the call. All right, Chef Kitos in the building, letting us know again, tonight is his night. Make sure you check him out. The food truck will be, as always, all throughout the weekend, but starting at 5 o'clock. Listen, it's a vibe next to the Oakland Park Boulevard post office, the Shell gas station. He's there all the time, well into the morning. So if you need something after midnight, he's there to hook you up. The food tastes nice. I mean, c'est ça. So make sure we support our own. Big up Chef Kitas. Now, I do want to get back to some top headlines. I was talking about Donnie McClurkin and the accusations. Again, he is innocent until proven otherwise. Again, I have not seen any of the evidence, but there's been a damning lawsuit that has been filed with some allegations that he's going to have to defend. So we're going to wait and see what happens. He has put out his own statement. Donnie McClurkin has since broken his silence. You can check his response out on his own Instagram page. And he says, in essence, he will be vindicated. So we're going to wait and see what's going on there. I know Will Smith also has been now accused. Again, this does not mean it's true. I think sometimes when we hear some of these stories, we are making assumptions about, oh, no, Will Smith. Now, we don't know. But according to people.com, Will Smith has been sued by a violinist, Brian King Joseph, for sexual harassment. The actor-musician is facing a lawsuit alleging wrongful termination and retaliation. Basically, what you need to know, Brian King Joseph, who is a professional violinist, has filed sexual harassment complaint against Will Smith and his company. The lawsuit details an alleged incident in which Joseph discovered evidence of, this is the quote in the lawsuit, a sexual threat of violence in his hotel room while working on Smith's Based on a True Story 2025 tour. A lawyer for Smith has called the allegations false. This is Will Smith's lawyer is now saying the allegations are false, baseless, and reckless in a statement given to people. So we're going to, again, hold off on judgment, but listen for more facts as those cases play out. We could talk about Venezuela if you like. I'd like to also touch on, again, the United States House of Representatives. Just last night, Wednesday night, passed an extension of the Obamacare, also known as the Affordable Care Act, subsidies. This has a big deal. Why? Because the Obamacare subsidies have expired. People who are paying through the Obamacare, or what they call the Affordable Care Act, for health insurance will see a large increase if the subsidies are not extended. But in the United States House of Representatives, all the Democrats, 213 of them, of the total body of 435, 213 Democrats, plus 17 Republicans. Remember, the Republicans are the majority. They are needed to pass anything. Well, the Democrats, joined by 17 Republicans who broke rank with their party, have voted and passed in the House a measure that will extend the Obamacare subsidies so people do not pay double, triple, whatever for their health care. It is very important, but it still has a far way to go. The United States Senate must then pass it, and then it has to be signed by, and this is the big question, the President of the United States in order to become law. So the Democrats have shown, along with, again, 17 Republicans who have gone against their own party, this has become a bipartisan issue, and have voted just in the United States House just last night to extend the Obamacare subsidies for another 3 years. Now, we have to watch and see what the United States Senate now does, because it will take bipartisanship, which is crossing what we call crossing the aisle. What does that mean? It's a figure of speech. Democrats are on one side of the aisle, and then Republicans are figuratively on the other side of the aisle. And then we need people to cross over the aisle and shake hands and say, does this matter to you? Because it matters to the American people. We have to remember the millions of people that use the Affordable Care Act for health insurance. And if the subsidies expire, as they have as of January 1st, there are millions of people literally who are going to see a drastic increase in what they pay from month to month on their health insurance. Now, we're going to see what happens. We're going to stay on top of that. And I want to end with some good news, but we got 2 more stories I covered. What's happening with ICE? My blood pressure go up. No. What's happening with ICE? Not only did we have a shooting in Minneapolis that took the life of Miss Renee Good. We have another shooting in Seattle last night. Excuse me, and let's say Seattle, Portland. Portland. Now let's just review what we know, because this is the 5th shooting of individuals who are involved. Now again, let me just go over the facts of the case. So according to the BBC, I'm using the BBC. Why? Because I want to hear what international sources are reporting on the United States and what's going on in our country. So according to the BBC, last night was the second night of U.S. protests over an ICE shooting of a woman, fatal shooting of a woman in Minneapolis. Let's look at what happened. So people took to the streets, according to the BBC, of Minneapolis and other United States cities. As I told you yesterday, the protests were not just in Minneapolis. We had some here in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, in New York, all over the country, defiantly upset about how this woman's life was taken. So people took to the street of Minneapolis and other U.S. cities for a second night to protest against the killing of the 37-year-old woman known as Miss Renee Nicole Good, who was shot in her car by United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement's an agent. Now the video, I don't know if you watched it. I figure like we all have seen it, different angles. It's disgusting in my opinion. But you make the decision. We have to have a thorough investigation. Let me just read what the BBC is saying. Demonstrators marched in Houston, Cincinnati, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and other cities, some with placards calling for the abolition of ICE. That's the Immigration, Custom, and Enforcement. People laid floral tributes where Miss Renee Good, her car crashed after the shooting, just blocks away from the place where George Floyd, I told you, less than a mile, about a mile from where George Floyd was taken down, and his life was taken in the most inhumane way. Right there. It's down the block. It's a mile from there. Remember what happened to George Floyd with the knee on the neck in 2020? Well, we're right down the block, a few blocks away, now talking about this woman, Miss Renee Nicole Good. Remember George Floyd, the taking of his life, it sparked weeks of protests. Meanwhile, and I told you there was another shooting the next day. 2 people were injured in another shooting involving federal agents. This time, Border Patrol agents in Portland, Oregon on Thursday afternoon. Now, online, Pastor Damon, you heard it's 4 blocks from where George Floyd's life was taken? Really? I read an article yesterday that was less than a mile. Wow. So what's happening? The Department of Homeland Security said this is what happened in Portland. The Portland incident happened during a traffic stop of a Venezuelan. This is now the Department of Homeland Security, their version. The government is saying what happened. Well, according to Department of Homeland Security, said Portland's incident happened during a traffic stop of a Venezuelan gang member who, quote, attempted to run over agents with his car. That's what they're saying happened in Portland. The Democratic mayor of Portland cast doubt on their account, and people gathered on Thursday night at the city's ICE facility to protest. During that protest, there were 6 arrests, according to the BBC. ICE is taking the lead in carrying out the Trump administration's mass deportation initiative, which has been a central part of Donald Trump's election campaign. Now, again, we have 2 back-to-back incidents. Let's just be clear. 2 people were injured, wounded in Portland, Oregon, during a shooting with Border Patrol agents. And a woman's life was taken in Minneapolis, Minnesota, when she had, and again, I invite you to look at the video yourself. It's a graphic video. She was in her car, blocking a roadway, blocking a street, basically, where there were a lot of ICE cars and officials. When instructed, or when 2 ICE officials approached her car, she was approached, and the 2 ICE officials looked like they were trying to open her car door, and they were yelling instructions from outside her car, telling her to stop, telling her to go. And a 3rd ICE agent, who now has been named, I'm not going to say his name, but people are putting his name out on social media. That is another part of the story. 3rd ICE official stepped kind of towards the front of her vehicle. And when she clearly did not want to be arrested by ICE, clearly did not want to be accosted, was turning her vehicle, based on the video I saw, away, not in the direction of the officers, but away from the officers. She was shot point blank in the head by one of the ICE agents. And again, some people have now put his information and who he is into the public atmosphere. I'm not even going to repeat what I've seen. It's on social media, but it's very interesting, some of his background. He is a veteran of ICE. And his choice to use lethal force at that moment is going to be very much questioned. And that is the reason. If you block a roadway, do you deserve to lose your life? And again, there was not only 1 shot fired. She backed up and then went forward. Thank you, Pastor Damon Online. And then as she backed up, went forward. But again, I was looking at her wheels. Her wheels were cutting away. Her wheels turned to the right. The officer or the agent was standing to the left. Jumped out the way. He was not rammed. He jumped out the way. He walked around. As soon as her car was shot into. Then after he shot 3 times. That's the other thing. Shooting once. I don't know. You have to... Again, once he's interviewed, I would love to hear his state of mind in terms of the 2nd and the 3rd shot. You see then her car accelerate and then ram into 2 parked cars. She is then bleeding out. The inhumanity that I witnessed really bothered me, where a doctor who was very close by to her car and could be heard saying, "I'm a physician, I can help her, I need to check her pulse." And you had ICE agents allegedly standing around the scene and saying that we have our own medics on the way. There are reports that it took allegedly 15 minutes for medics to show up. At that time, the lady was probably gone. But that is also, I'm like thinking about her family. The duty of care that once you shoot somebody, it is almost like... do we have a conscience? Did he then have a duty to make sure immediate medical aid would be called and would be available? I see video of the same officer that shot the agent walking up to the car, all the way up to the car, then walking from the car saying, "Call 911, call 9." I'm like, bro. There's issues with some of the training, because ICE is not trained necessarily to handle crowds. And what they're being asked to do is outside of their purview. There's a lot more to this story, guys. I'm out of time. Anyway, I encourage you to find something fun to do this weekend. Take your mind off of some of this news. We got to talk about it. Oh, I didn't get to tell you more about I Show Speed. That will help you. Go watch I Show Speed's tour, or Speed is as he's called. He's a YouTuber and a streamer who has been doing an incredible tour of the motherland. And I have gotten so much joy watching those wonderful clips. Anyway, Suzette Speaks out. I'll see y'all next week. Thanks for listening. Stay locked.
This is the all-new voice of the Caribbean. Better sounding radio.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you watching. Have a great weekend. Take care.
96.9 FM, the all-new voice of the Caribbean.
As we enter into the new year, I want to take a moment to